everybody, it's Jenna from Jenna Stitches. I thought I'd jump on really quick and show you guys a small little haul that I picked up the other day while I was out. So Thursday, my cats had to go get fixed. So I took the day off. I didn't know how I would be with that. I know it's a standard procedure. I know it gets done every single day. My vet has probably done it 50,000 times, if not more. But I didn't want to be worried about them and kind of stressed out about them all day and add the stress and everything of work on top of that. And be able to get my job done because, you know, if I'm worried about them, I probably wouldn't be as productive as normal. So I ended up taking the day off. My husband was off too. He works overnight, so it wouldn't have mattered, but he was off too. So we kind of just spent the day together out and went shopping a little bit. We ended up going to Michael's, Joann's, Bath and Body Works, which I'm surprised I talked him into. He was kind of reluctant, but we still went. We went to Petco and we went to Target. I only bought anything, well, I did buy stuff at Bath and Body Works, but yarn-wise, I bought at both Michael's and Joann's. But I did go in knowing what I wanted, at least for a few of the things. So I figured I would come on and just show you guys what I got. The cats are doing great, if anybody cares. The procedure went very well, and it was done extremely fast. We dropped them off at a little after 8:30. They told us we could pick them up around between 3 and 4, I think, or 3:30 and 4. And we got a text from them. I don't even think it was 10 o'clock. And they're like, everything's good. They're both out. They're both recovering. She said Mirabelle was being a little grumpy, but she was fine. They were giving her some pain meds. So everything went really well with them. But I did purposely go to Michael's for a reason. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, thank you for coming back. If you're brand new here, hi, welcome. You might not know what I'm talking about when I mention this next yarn. So if you go back a few videos, you will be able to see that. But I am making a granny square blanket out of Karen latte cakes. And I know I mentioned in the previous video where I showed the squares that I had already had done that I didn't know how I was going to join them yet. If I was just going to join them with one color and maybe do a slip stitch so you can't really see it and do like no border, or if I was going to do, because if you haven't seen it yet, I have 12 different colored latte cakes, and I'm using all 12 of them in this granny square blanket. It's going to be queen size. I need 111 squares, so it comes out to 9 or 10 squares a piece with the way I have to work out the colors. So I wasn't sure how I was going to connect them or how I was going to border it or anything. And I had mentioned in that video that there is a solid white latte cake. Now, I've never seen it in person before, but thinking about it, it randomly popped up when I was searching, you know, crochet patterns, and happened to be in stock at both of my Michaels. So I ended up going to the Michaels closest to the vet and grabbing some of them. So I think my plan is to put a 1-row border around each of the squares in the solid white, and then do a border around the whole blanket when I'm done. So that's what it looks like. It's more of a cream color, I guess, rather than white, but it is solid. It's not variegated at all. And it is the color cream. And there's something in it right there. I don't know what that is. It's like a piece of wood or something. Huh. If you're not familiar with latte cakes, these are the Karen latte cakes. They are my all-time favorite yarn. I absolutely love them. They are 58% acrylic, 42% nylon, 8.8 ounces, 250 grams, 530 yards. It's considered a bulky number 5. The yarn itself, I would definitely say, is a number 4. I believe it's considered bulky due to the fuzz or the halo that is on it, but the yarn itself definitely is a 4. So that is my plan. I actually grabbed 2 because I didn't know how much I would need, and this one was very beautiful and perfect, just like this one when I brought it home, and then my cat started playing with it. but it's still usable, except there's cat hair on it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a 1-row border around each square, connect them together with this, and then do a border around the outside with this as well. So I grabbed 2 just in case. That is the only yarn item I bought at Michael's. The other item I bought, I surprisingly am loving, and I'll show you what it is. These Susan Bates soft ergonomic crochet hooks. I don't know, honestly, if I've ever used a Susan Bates before. I thought I had. I think I might have actually started crocheting with a Susan Bates, but I honestly don't know if I have. I know I've definitely used Boyd. I have a whole set of ergonomic Boyds. I have Clovers. I have Tulip, Edamos. And actually, I started using those the other day too. But I've been primarily, almost exclusively, furls for well over a year, I would say. Yeah, maybe like close to a year and a half. I have not used another hook besides our furls, except if I don't have the size I need. And I have furls from G all the way up to N. Mixture between the Odysseys and the Streamlines, but I have a size G all the way up to N. So the only time I really need any other crochet hook is if I'm working on like amigurumis or something, because it tends to call for a smaller hook. So like the D's, the E's, the F's. So I have used those here and there. But other than that, I've been exclusively furls. And for some reason the other day, and this doesn't really have anything to do with these, but for some reason the other day when I was starting a project, I was like, I really just don't want to use the furls. And I grabbed this, which is my full set of the Tulip Edamos. You can get this on Amazon. They're quite pricey. I believe this was like $60 or $70. But it comes in this really nice carrying case. It came with a ruler. It did come with scissors. I have since lost them. And it came with some needles, which you can see I still have one in there. But this ranges from D all the way up to J. So I pulled these out. And I started making a hat with it. And I also started working on a graph can with it. And I realized how much I love those hooks. And I never really cared for them when I first got them. So I think that's kind of what made me get these, because I know quite a few people really, really like these hooks, and I've never really tried them. Like I said, I might have used a Susan Bates when I first started crocheting, but I can't remember if it was Susan Bates or Boyd, honestly. And I know I did not use it for long if it was Susan Bates, because I never really had an inline hook. I think they're called inline, right? Whatever, with the neck is like that. Ooh, there we go. But I really, 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 really like these hooks. The 2 projects that I was using the Edamos on, or the tulips, whatever you want to call them, I actually switched over to these, and really like it. I don't know what else to say, but they're really nice. And it kind of makes me wonder why I've spent so much money on other hooks. Like I just said, these were like $50, $60. I love the carrying case to it. And I like that it snaps, and, you know, it's got the zipper pouch and all the hooks. That part is great, but the hooks themselves, for that much money, same with Clovers. Like I absolutely loved Clovers for the longest time. And then when I got into furls, I stopped using my Clovers, but they're expensive. Furls, very expensive. This was $13.99 for 5 hooks, where, you know, you can't even get 1 furls for that amount of money. So now I'm like, maybe I don't want to spend that much money on things anymore when I can get a perfectly good hook for much less. I am very, very pleasantly and happily surprised with how much I like these. I thought I was going to struggle a little bit with the hook being, I believe it's called inline. I'm not really good with those, knowing the difference between the two. But I believe that's in line where, let me take one of these out. Getting sidetracked with this, but where these are the tapered ones. So you can see the difference there. Because like I said, I don't know if I've ever used one. So I thought maybe with the head being like that and this being so deep, you can't see what I was doing there. The hook part being so deep that I was going to have issues with it. But I've used Red Heart, Big Twist, and some Lion Brand yarn with these so far and have had no issues. Nothing's getting caught. It's so smooth. So I might switch over. I actually almost put my furls away earlier and was just going to put these in my little hook holder. Because I think this might be what it is. Anybody else ever do that? Like, I'm not kidding when I say I was exclusively furls, except for those random few times where I needed, you know, a hook size I didn't have. And then to switch back to these that I never really cared for and all of a sudden really like, and a brand new hook that is so inexpensive and I'm in love with it. I think I'm going to buy a couple sets of these so that I can have them in case I lose them, because, you know, we all lose hooks. But very, very happy with that purchase. And I'm glad I found that out too, because I like to look at the polymer clay type hooks that they have on Etsy, where people make like the handles out of polymer clay. And I never ordered them because to get it with a clovers is really expensive, and I thought I didn't like Susan Bates, and I don't really care for Boyd, to be honest. I use the ergonomic ones I have rarely. Again, like if I need to do amigurumi or something, I might take those out instead of a clover, and they're fine. But I definitely prefer other hooks over Boyd, but I like Susan Bates now. That was a very long sidetrack about those hooks, but I very much love them. Everybody like my melt warmer? I love this thing. I got it at Walmart. I also have one in my bedroom that's a pumpkin and it's blue. But it's so pretty and it makes me happy because I love fall. I know it's nighttime. Sorry, my son's yelling at me. And there's some apple pumpkin in there, which makes me even happier because it's my favorite scent in the world. But what I got at Joann's, so after Michael's, we went over to Bath and Body Works. I got a lotion, a bath bomb, and then we got some car clips, or whatever they're called. We got a car clip to go on the visor, and then the little, like, smelly inserts that go in it. And oddly enough, Bath and Body Works has 50% off all their fall stuff, which to me, it's just now fall. I mean, we're not that close to winter yet. But that was good for me because I love the fall scent so much. So like the bath bomb I got was apple pumpkin, and I think I paid like $2 for it. The lotion I got is champagne apple and honey. They're originally $14.50. It was only $6. And then the car clip was, it's really cute. It's green with an owl on it, and that was like $3. And then the scents were not on sale, but they were 3 for $10. So that's what I got at Bath and Body Works. Not that that has anything to do with yarn, but then we went over to Walmart. I didn't really get anything there. I kind of looked at the yarn, but there was nothing. I don't have a good yarn section in any of the Walmarts around me. And then we were kind of just trying to kill time because we wanted to eat lunch, but where we were eating lunch was closer to the vet than where we currently were. And we wanted to eat and then go get the cats and head home. So we were trying to kill time and everything, and that's why we went to Target, and then I mentioned Joann's. And there was a specific reason why I wanted to go to Joann's, and it's because of a yarn that came out last year that I just recently, I think like last week, pulled out of my stash and started using and realized I really, really, really love it and enjoy it. And I wanted to get more. and they had it in stock at Joann's. So I went and grabbed some, and it is the Lion Brand Ice Cream Roving Divinations yarn. I got 2 colorways. I got one skein of 2 different colorways. I don't know why that confused me, but this is the colorway Dots. So it is a very soft, like mint green, grays, and whites, and this is like almost one of my favorite shades of green. I really like the bright, like slime green, and then I like the really soft pastel-y mint greens. So I really liked the colorway, so I grabbed this. And this yarn came out last winter, I believe. And I believe it was exclusively to Michael's back then, because I know that's where I got the ones I currently have from. And I thought it was a limited time only. I didn't think they had it in stores anymore, but Joann's carries it. And it is a 7-ounce skein of yarn, 200 grams, 437 yards, 400 meters, 100% acrylic, medium number 4, but it is a roving yarn, so it does go. I used quite a bit of one, I would say down to a 3, on a thicker side of a 3 and to a thicker side of a 4. So the roving part of it is done very well. It doesn't really get too big or too small compared to some rovings. And 437 yards is a good amount in a ball like this. For, I think they're $11.99. It doesn't have the price on it, but I know the yarn was 30% off and I paid $8.99. And I'm pretty sure it said the regular price is $11.99. So I got that colorway, and then I already started using the other colorway, but it is this. And this is the colorway Razzles, and I just thought it was very beautiful. There was a couple other colorways I wanted. I just didn't want to spend too much money, so I went with this one because it was the one my husband liked the most, which I'm glad he picked it out. And I did start making a hat while we were out. So thankfully I bought these because after we ate and went to the vet, we got there about a half an hour early. They said we could pick them up between 3 and 4, and we got there at like 2:30. We probably could have went in and got them, but my husband was extremely tired after eating lunch. We went and had, he had hibachi, I had sushi. He ate quite a bit too. So he was tired, plus he works overnights. He doesn't really sleep that well at night. I think he had gotten up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and had been up since. So he was pretty tired when we got to the vet. So instead of going in and getting them, he took a nap in the car for about a half an hour. So while he was sleeping, I grabbed one of these and started making a hat. And this hat is actually my own pattern. I'm thinking about writing it up and maybe making a tutorial out of it. I am going to have some tutorials out this week. I planned on making one today, but my younger son, who I was just talking to, has been sick the last couple of days. I didn't know how he was going to be, so I'm going to get one filmed tomorrow and get it up probably on Tuesday. But I think I might also make a tutorial for this hat because, again, I was just kind of doing my own thing with it, and I really like the look of it. So this is what I have so far. And you are going to see this again on Monday for my Moody Monday, which come back on Monday, and I'll explain in that video what that is all about. So I'm going to have it finished by then, but this is what I have done so far. And this, I think I got the band done, and I think I did up to here. So before the 3rd loop row, in the car waiting for the vet. Or waiting to get the cats from the vet, I should say. So it is almost done. I'm at the point of the hat where I want to start decreasing. So there's that. I don't know what else I was going to say about it, but I really do like this yarn, so I'm glad it's still available in stores. And I think next time I go yarn shopping, which I really don't need to, but I'm going to because, you know, we all need yarn and we can't stop. I'm going to grab some more of it in other colorways because I really like it, especially for hats. And 437 yards, I can make a hat, a cowl, Also can make some ear warmers. So that is what I bought. And that is everything I got. So I don't know how I just talked about 5 items for 20 minutes, but I did. Again, I knew what I was going in for. I knew I needed the latte cakes for the project, and I knew Joann's had the ice cream yarn. So when we were trying to kill time and I said Joann's, I knew that was what I was going in for. So glad I found these hooks. And I'm still just so shocked about them. But I hope everybody's having a great night and a great weekend. I will be back on tomorrow to do my weekly progress video. I have not gotten much done this week between work and, you know, everything on Thursday with the cats and my son being sick. Didn't work too much on anything, but I nevertheless will be on tomorrow to show you guys what I have done. So everybody have a good night, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.